In 1974, Dan George said, "If the legends fall silent, who will teach the children of our ways?"
There has been a race against time to bring Indigenous people into this Canadian society into a way that is on the same footing. It's almost like it's been a journey of moving from blatant racism to learning how to hug Indians. We want something in the middle that's around understanding. So this work is teaching the students and the administration and the staff how to be discerning and how to have a lens that looks at things without blame and shame, not carrying guilt, because that's the biggest burden that I found that we've had to overcome, is to help the staff not have fear to learn, not have fear to understand these other ways of knowing. And I believe really strongly that there is a way for students to be able to understand a different way of being in the world.
What are you teaching? How can we help you? What might we suggest? And so we weren't there to judge. We were there to fulfill the responsibilities of helping. That's what the old people taught us.
I get tired when I see other people's totem poles reflected and carved and raised in somebody else's territory. It's disrespectful. It's unkind. It's thoughtless, and it's a simple way of doing things. It just checks off a box. This school is not just checking off a box. They're doing the hard foundational work.
The production of art strengthens the relationship and recognizes the people's home in this territory.
It first started when I was asked to carve the 4 spindle whorls that represented the 4 pillars, the kind of core values of St. Michael's. So that was kind of before I started my position as the Indigenous artist in residence here.
The spindle whorls really respect and look at that foundational honoring of the ancestors of the land, period. They are the core values. They represent the 4 is the magic number of all of our cultures on this island. The 4 seasons, the 4 directions, the 4 winds.
When I started my residency here, part of that was teaching, and the other part was doing a big project for the school. The first one that I did was a house post for the junior school, and then the next one was the welcome pole for the senior and middle schools here. On the pole that's here on the senior campus, the top figure is Raven, and the Raven represents the honesty core pillar, and on the bottom is the 2 Salish wool dogs, and they represent the respect pillar. On the house post that's at the junior school, the top figure is the Thunderbird, and that represents the service pillar. And the bottom figure is Sta'atsin and the Se'inulke. The Se'inulke is the 2-headed serpent, and that one represents the courage pillar. All the projects I've been involved in have been important because reconciliation is a big part of my goal as an artist. Like, outside of the aesthetic side of it, that is one of the things I've wanted to do. Having my culture represented in a place like this is super important to me, and like I said, just helps us reach out and create bridges from the Indigenous to non-Indigenous communities.
And so that art will echo in this territory long after they are gone.
Something like 50 years ago, this would have never ever happened. Today, doors of opportunity are open for so many Indigenous folks. It's unreal.
I see this as pivotal. I've kind of stepped back from a lot of other work because what I see here is not only hope, but I see the foundations of our teachings alive here. And I know we're not easy to work with. I understand that. But that's okay. I'm not going to apologize for that. It's okay. But it's really rewarding. And it feels pretty good to walk through the school and to not see fear anymore and not see people worrying how to address us or how to visit with us or how to speak to us. It is really important for students to understand that there's more to life than their privilege. There's more to life than walking through a thin stream of academia and having a worldview. Maybe it doesn't make them Indigenous, but just respecting that there is difference. Most people trying to transition from the time when they first understood the horrific things that happened in this last century, they get stuck in that. People get stuck in that guilt and just being overwhelmed. Somehow we needed to use the teachings to help people not forget about it, but just take it to a different place. Otherwise, we stay victims forever. Our last Potla speaker would say, once you've been cleansed and repaired, you don't look back because you trip. If you're looking back, you can't look into the future. I feel like this school is looking into the future. And I can say with all honesty that I have hope.